What are some infamous examples of torture? When we think about torture, it often brings to mind images of pain and suffering that are hard to comprehend. Torture is the intentional infliction of severe pain or suffering, either physical or psychological. This practice has occurred throughout history and across cultures, shaped by various legal and moral beliefs. Today, we will look at some infamous examples of torture that have left a mark on history. One of the most notorious methods is known as lingkai, or death by 1,000 cuts. This was a form of execution used in China. The victim would endure the slow removal of body parts while remaining conscious. This method was designed not only to punish but also to serve as a public spectacle, deterring others from committing crimes. Another brutal example is drawing and quartering, primarily used in England for those convicted of treason. The condemned person would be dragged by a horse, hanged, and then dismembered. This method aimed to maximize suffering and humiliation, sending a clear warning to others. Scaphism, described by ancient Greeks, was a horrific Persian method. The victim was trapped between two boats or in a hollowed-out tree trunk. They were force-fed milk and honey, leading to severe diarrhea. Left exposed to insects and the elements, death resulted from dehydration and infection. Flaying, or the removal of skin from a living person, was practiced by the Assyrians and later during the Spanish Inquisition. The victim often remained conscious during this process, experiencing unbearable pain before succumbing to shock or infection. The rack was introduced in England in the 15th century. This device stretched the victim's body, dislocating joints and tearing limbs apart. It was primarily used to extract confessions, highlighting the lengths to which authorities would go to obtain information. The Judas cradle was another medieval torture device, especially during the Spanish Inquisition. The victim was lowered onto a pyramid-shaped point, causing severe injury to the pelvis and lower body. These examples illustrate how torture has been justified and practiced across different cultures and historical periods. From an ethical standpoint, such practices are widely condemned today. They violate fundamental human rights and dignity, which modern international law seeks to protect. In discussions about moral relativism and pluralism, these practices highlight how ethical norms can vary between societies. However, the universal condemnation of torture in contemporary ethics suggests a growing consensus on the importance of human dignity. The evolution of moral attitudes reflects the influence of global human rights frameworks, emphasizing the need to protect individuals from cruel treatment.